Man, what a strange episode of Assassination Classroom. Like you know, there's an issue when a group of shady guys give off a more rapey vibe than the tentacle monster that's the mascot of the show. Anyway, what is up, ladies and gents? Nate here, bringing you my review for Assassination Classroom Episode 7, known as School Trip Time / First Period, because this episode is actually a two-parter, and it was also already adapted in 2013, but it was like a one-shot thing and wasn't like the entire series like it's being adapted into now. Anyway, as the name implies, obviously Class 3E takes a trip. I forgot where I think they go to Kyoto or Tokyo. I think it's Kyoto. Anyway, they take a trip, and the student that we focus on this time around is Yukio Kanzaki. I think I pronounced that second name correctly. Anyway, I'm going to call her Yukio. She's voiced by Wendy from Fairy Tail and also from Aria from SYD. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, there were a lot of humorous moments within this episode, like the beginning part of the episode at least, where it's like Irina, she dresses like somewhat of a Hollywood star, and then Koro-Sensei is like, that's not how a school chaperone should dress. Take it off now. And there were some moments before that where Irina's like, oh, after being an assassin that travels all around the world, only killing rich men, I don't need to go on, like, there's no need for me to like be excited about this class trip. And then everyone in class 3 is, alright, then don't go, just stay here. Hey, can you water the plants for me? And it's just stuff like that, and she gets mad, and it's funny. Anyway, like I said earlier, the student that they focus on for this episode is Yukio, and like she was the main, like she was the student that they were trying to develop, and they did, but they didn't give it like too much exposure. They just gave it like, yeah, let's just like put some here, put some there, and like just give her like not a big like send off, but like a good final characters progression thing, and then just stop. Because as we see in this episode, Yukio, her father, we don't know if she still has her mother, but her father's like, hey, you gotta do well in school so you can get a good title, good job, and stuff like that. And she's like, I don't want any of this. And so she doesn't really change her personality, but she goes to a different location where no one knows her. She dresses up differently, a more like popular girl type situation. But the most important thing is that she didn't know who she was trying to be, because like her father wanted to be one thing and she turned herself into another. And then there's this big part where after she gets kidnapped, her and Nagisa's friend, Nagisa, Karma, and the baseball guy get beat up pretty bad, but Karma's actually able to do some stuff, but he gets pretty pissed and he's like, I want to handle their execution myself. Anyway, they're able to rescue Yu-Gi-Oh through the help of Koro-Sensei, and there's a special, like, Koro-Sensei gives a special line to, like, not a little line, but like a good speech. Now, who does Yu-Gi-Oh and Nagisa's friend get kidnapped by? They get kidnapped by a bunch of high schoolers that don't go to like a prep like that. Because remember, the school that Nagisa in class 3 is in, it's like the best prep school that exists in Japan, and like these high schoolers are like just like some random high school from X location. Correction, it's not the best high school, but it's the best junior high school that exists. Anyway, the high school students that kidnapped Yu-Gi-Oh and Nagisa's friend, they're like, oh, you're just messing with us because friggin' we're just lower than you. And then Koro-Sensei gives off a really good line. I'm going to paraphrase it, but paraphrase it to the best of my ability. He says that, no, you don't understand. Yes, they do go to the critically acclaimed junior high school, but thing is, you don't understand that they are the lowest of the low. Like, the definition of discrimination, you'll find their picture of class 3E. They are the object and pinnacle of discrimination. This has nothing to do with that. You touch my students, I will wreck you anyway. And he does, Koro-Sensei does, and it's fantastic. But then there's actually another line where he's like, he uses an analogy. He uses this analogy, and this analogy is that if there's a muddy river, the students of class 3E will be the fish that swim the fastest through it, no matter what the situation is, because no matter what like objective they have to do, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it with like the best they can. They're not gonna half-ass it. They're gonna put a smile on their face and be like, yeah, we can actually do it. And the thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh's character development, like I said, it was spotty. And thing is, like, after all of this, after like Koro-Sensei and Nagisa and Karma rescue them, she's like, yeah, I'm better now, and I want to thank you, Koro-Sensei. And I was like, where did that come from? We got like a little bit of your backstory like a few minutes earlier, and all of a sudden you're okay now. I mean, like I said, this is a 2-part episode, so like this is just only the first half. But my grade for this episode, I'm gonna give it a B plus. Yukio's character development was kind of spotty, but it was alright for what it is, because like she's just a supporting character. She's not like Nagisa or like Nagisa's friend or Karma or anything like that, so her character development doesn't have to be too much developed. But the comedy was on point. The situation, like the rapey vibe situation that they were giving for like most of the episode, it like, even though it's shonen and it won't go that far like other stuff does, you actually kind of felt kind of threatened, because like you thought, at least I thought, that when they were in the alley where Yukio planned that for Koro-Sensei's assassination, I thought Koro-Sensei was going to come up, use his Mach 20 speed, and just beat up all the high schoolers, but that didn't happen. You see Karma, Nagisa, and the baseball guy get beat up, and then it's not until later that Koro-Sensei pops up. And I like the situation that the students were put in, because even though you knew that Koro-Sensei would eventually show up and do stuff, you didn't know when he was going to show up. And I like the situation just in general, because it was a different pace of, like, a different type of change that Assassination Classroom isn't known for, because like earlier, it was all the early episodes was like discrimination and tests and whatnot. And lastly, the comedy was on point this episode, especially with Irina and Karasuma and most of the students. So it was really fantastic. I do want to apologize because I couldn't think of a good question to give you guys. But anyway, I do hope you guys enjoy the review, and thanks for watching. But don't forget to leave a like if you think the video deserves it. Subscribe to my channel if I entertained your face for a little bit. Anyway, I'll see you guys all tomorrow for Log Horizon, Dorara, and Outer are all on time, of course. No later on in a day or different days and stuff like that, because I don't have any commitments except school, which I'm going to do that right now. So until tomorrow, bye.